Welcome, welcome, welcome to Socks Addicts Podcast. We have Mike Antonellis with us today and the lovely Christina. Liz is on a date. So
Ooh, our girl's on a date. I'll get details later.
we'll see if she shows up. I'm hoping she won't so that she's having a good time. I mean, for her sake. Oh. So Mike and I got to go to the game today.
Yep.
And it was a last minute thing, which I'm proud of him. Let's give a round of applause to Mike for doing something spontaneous. I'm proud of you. Yeah, it was very fun. It was fun.
We got good seats. They're cheap in the day of the game.
Yes,
Yeah,
always when you wait the last minute. Sorry, my dog is barking. I'm gonna have to.
No, it's totally
give me a second.
Okay, no problem. No problem. She's like, splash it, Remy and biscuit.
Yes, but
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing to see all there, and it was a good game. It was very.
It was.
MASA
It
got a
was-
home run finally, his first home run of the season.
Yes, that was
you.
one of my first things
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about. Be like,
Yes, I was so excited
Yes.
about that.
and I swear the guy behind me called him a
Mhm.
pequeñito. I swear.
He
I
called
swear
him
I
my
heard that.
name.
He
Oh
did.
my
I was
goodness,
like,
that's so
I heard him
cool.
say that. And I was like, did he just say that? Like when he came up to bat, I was like, what? There's a male
Awesome.
Christina here. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah.
And you know
Mike
what's crazy?
called a lot of
Masa,
the game. Go ahead.
Masa's got a hit in all of 2 starts, but you don't think it doesn't appear that way.
Right. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's been getting some decent little hits here and there, but it's just that there's so much time that he hits into a double play or just, grounds out right. So it's so hard, but he
Yeah.
has, but I'm just glad he got that home run today. Not that I
Yeah.
expect him to be a home run hitter. I just want him to put the ball in play.
Yeah.
But that was
yeah,
nice. That was good to get him,
Mhm.
going again. Good for his
Yeah.
confidence.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. We got that Tyler O'Neill. What'd you say? Jack City?
Jack City.
Tyler O'Neill,
Hashtag-
Jack City. That's
Yep.
Tyler O'Neill. He jacked and he jacks them balls out. Yeah,
And
that was great.
And I was saying, I always say this as broadcasting that baseball's got better scripts than Hollywood. And the fact that Jansen struck out Trout to end the game, I mean, that was incredible.
Yeah.
As a fan, you know.
Lady Red Sox said that's poetry. That's what her tweet said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poetry.
I mean,
and
it was just crazy.
was.
Like, he made me so nervous there at the end.
Oh,
I was
I
like,
was
oh, God,
nervous.
please
I
don't
was
blow this.
Yeah.
And then he got the strikeout. And then, it's like having Kimbrel 2.0. Like, really, you've got to put us through this again. I remember Kimbrel would go with the bases, and then we'd be like,
Yep.
and then get out of it. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
can you just make it a little bit easier? But
Mhm.
like you
Yeah.
said, it makes
Yeah.
for a really good game.
Yeah.
And
And it takes a special pitcher for that last inning, too,
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
That's why it's hard to put young guys in that spot because they probably would have crumbled there.
Yeah, he wasn't nervous at all.
No.
He was cool as a cucumber, like to say.
Yep.
Casas got a home run too. That was great. So he's finally hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got was it last game when did he get he got a home run, another home run.
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday.
Yes.
Ah, a long one.
Yeah.
Good one.
We said we thought David Hamilton played his best game at short. That play he made.
Oh,
in the hole.
wow.
thought
He
so
was
too.
great.
He
Yes.
He
I was
did
very
play his
happy
best
with
game at short, and I'm glad because
Mhm.
defense is what's been killing us, and they finally
Yeah.
looked like a really good defensive team. Like they're doing
Yeah.
things that they need to be doing.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Bobby D
hopefully
jumped
they just
up,
get better.
boom, jumped up, got that catch, and then his arm, like he throws. I was proud of, except he didn't hit, not one. He didn't even swing at stuff. He should have, Poor Bobby
least-
D. I love him. I
He's not
know.
a liability at third base, though.
Yeah.
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 I know you
Yeah,
do.
he
I
did
know
well.
you do. It was so funny because O'Neill hit the home run, and then Casas hit the home run. So it was back, right?
Yeah.
And then Bobby D comes up, and my husband texts me home run derby, and I said, "No, it'll end right here. Bobby D's about to bat," and he just texts me like,
It's
"Fuck."
your fault because I was believing in Bobby D.
I'm sorry. I do though. I like him. I want him to do good. I pray for him to do good every time he comes up to bat. Like I want him to. I always say, "Prove me wrong, Bobby D. Prove me wrong. Make me eat my words. Come on, baby. I want something." I do for his confidence level too. Just like MASA. I'm glad.
Yes.
MASA,
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Bobby D just get that first hit to build that confidence. But it's like, I don't want to say he chokes, but it's like, I guess because he's in such a confidence, and it happens that now when he gets up there, he's, he's scared, not scared to swing, but he's afraid to swing and strike out. So then he might take a pitch that he shouldn't take. Like today he got a walk, which was good, but I think he's kind of, he's a little scared to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? And it's like, come on, buddy, have your confidence. Do it.
Speaking of confidence, with Hamilton, I feel like today how he played, then I think it's going to be like kind of just push him to not have just that pressure. He has had a little bit of confidence under his belt, and that hopefully that's going to carry on.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that play live. That's not even a big league. Some big leaguers don't make that play. I mean,
right? It's not routine.
Trout hit it. It was over. I think it was over 100 off the bat, but he was to his feet in a millisecond.
Yeah, the Trout hit. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, they would rather see him make the routine plays.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what Devers does on third. Like he'll
make an awesome play, and then the next, like he'll make an awesome play will be yes, and then the next one he'll get like an error, and I'm like, really, dude, that was an easier one than the one before. How many times? Like last year, I remember that happening so many times, and it seemed like it was always. And it seemed like it was always back to back.
Yeah, I talked about it before, I think. But we were in Houston, and I told Christina, I said, he has like ADD. He's not like, so she says in English to pay attention. I said, no, say it to him in Spanish. She's like,
well, those harder plays, you're not thinking as much. That's the difference.
Yeah, because you don't have time. So it's just exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, no joke. Last year, like he'd make an awesome play at third base, and everybody be like, dang. And then the next one would be a routine, and he would just
yes.
It didn't really happen.
He got it, but
But that was a good series. They're playing a lot of young guys. They got guys out of position, and they took 2 of 3. And I thought today's game, there's some adversity they had in that game, and they got through it. That kid Slayton can pitch. That was a good.
I like Slayton out of the bullpen. I've been impressed with him. I have been totally impressed with him.
Yeah,
even when he got into that little bit of a jam, it was funny because I text Mel, I'm kind of impressed, and then he hit the platter, and I was like, okay. But even when he gets in a jam, he still keeps his composure, and he gets through it, and that's what I like about it.
They got with him in there, but he looks, seeing it live, like he looks like he belongs in the big leagues, and that was good.
I'm impressed.
It was good, and Bayo. I was telling Melanie.
Melanie.
We changed your name, girl. It's all right.
It's because he said Mel, because that's what you call me. Like, he's like, gave me a whole new name. That's my new name.
Bayo didn't have his best stuff, but he still got through that out and given up just 2 runs.
That's hard. And it's an improvement.
That's for the good ones. Yeah. They tried to get him through the 6th inning, but he was really fighting it in that.
And that is true. I agree with you on that, because it wasn't his best stuff. And I still think it's because he's young. He has a lot to learn.
Definitely.
But I do think that this game is going to help his confidence also, because even though he didn't have his best stuff, he only gave up 2 runs. He got, almost through the 6th inning. I know he didn't, but he, got a third of it. So, but I'm just glad that this will kind of help him and make him move forward. I know you are at the game live, so you weren't, watching it, but Pedro was there. So they kept going to Pedro, and every time when he got done, Pedro stood up and gave him a standing O, and they showed him, and Pedro was there just to see him and stuff. And I was like, it made me feel so good to see Pedro there, like just kind of watching him and cheering him on and rooting for him.
I love that. Yeah, Bob Connors texts me, like, I guess because he could see the TV, and he's like, Pedro's there. And I was like, hey. Of course, we didn't get to see it because we were there. Sometimes I think it's fun to experience it, but to catch everything that's happening, sometimes it's easier to watch from TV.
Definitely.
It's just being there's fun, but there's things you miss. I mean, like that one time, Christina and I were there, and I think it was JD Martinez at first place, and we thought that his foot touched the bag, and we thought he was for sure safe. And then because to us it looked from the naked eye there live that his foot touched the bag. What was that, like 2 years? That was not.
Yeah, that was the first time me and you went. That me, you, and Dom went.
Yeah, so was it? Yeah, it was that September.
It was in September.
Okay.
Yeah, and so his It was he was going to first, and we thought he was safe, but his foot did not touch the bag.
But he got there, in time, and we're like safe. And they called him, and I was like, "What are they challenging?" So I text my husband, who's watching it at home. I'm like, "What's going on? Why?" And he's like, "He didn't touch the bag." And I'm like, "Oh," because he could see the replay, and I was like, "Dang it!" And sure enough, he didn't touch the bag.
Yeah.
So I was like, he went right over the bag. Remember, that's when he was running, and he just went right over the bag.
Yeah, it's like his foot hit on the other side of the bag instead of on the bag. Yeah, sad. But yeah, it's fun. Mike got to show me where he used to sit as a kid.
Yeah.
Whenever he would go, and that's really cool. Like I can't imagine being a kid just going to Fenway Park, because it's a magical place to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, going to Collier Spencer's last game with my grandfather and my dad in 1983. I mean, that was,
That's so crazy.
We saw him take the lap around the field. That's become like an iconic moment. But I mean, there's a lot of things that those Jimmy Fund banks they still have the original like banks where you put money in.
You put the money,
It was right where we were when we left today. You could see them.
Oh, really?
There's so much of that park that has not changed that they'll never be able to change because it doesn't. I think even the new generation of kids enjoys that old school building, just as much as. Yeah. And there's really no reason to. Except the grandstand seats are horrible. That's me being old and no fun.
They are, yeah. Because so the other on opening day, and we were in the middle. Like when Christina and I've gone, we've been on the end, so it's not so bad. Like or not too far, like from the end, where if we had to go to the restroom, we just and so it's not that bad. But where we were, those were
well, because the box seats are definitely more wide. I think they're newer. Because I felt today,
the original ones,
those original grandstands. I mean, those
because
are
of that fire. The fire. That's when they replaced the seats. There's a fire on the lower level.
Yeah,
and then and so they kept those seats, the blue ones, like the originals.
Yeah, they should get rid of those, but
they're not. No, history.
No?
It's history.
I know.
It's history. Yeah, they could still. Yeah, I still have cheap seats and.
No, but I mean, just make them wider. But I guess I can't. Yeah.
They're that wooden. Yeah. I wish that would be nice. I mean, I guess you get what you pay for. But yeah, it was definitely fun. We got to see Lady Red Sox and Derek from the podcast. So I'm like, "Hi, I'm Melissa," and he's like, "I'm Derek," and it's from Off the Monster or whatever. Like,
yes,
Derek. And we're like. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Like, at first I felt bad because I'm like, yeah, I'm listening. He's like, Derek. Then all of a sudden I turn and look, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's you. Like, I know you. I got to meet Lexi, who is Lady Red Sox friend. And then, of course, seeing Jordan there is always fun because he's one of my favorite people in the world. So that was good times. And I got to meet Brandon, what's his name?
Oh, yeah, one of the head trainers. Well, the head trainer, Brandon Henry, who I was with in Portland, Maine. He was just walking through the concourse, and we saw him, and so it was great to see him. He was meeting with umpires, but it's just so random.
Yeah.
Just happened to be there. Cool. Yeah, it was cool to see Mike Trout live too. I mean, I've never seen him in person, but that was cool. That ball he hit, that pitch was a good pitch, and he just it took my breath away seeing that ball off his bat. Like he's just.
Christina doesn't like Mike Trout.
That ball he hit was, I mean, it was just an absolute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you don't see that in the minor leagues, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Right. There was quite a few Trout jerseys there today, and then when we were leaving,
I mean, he is. I mean, he's
he's definitely he's one of the bigs that you're gonna remember. It's just we don't
Yeah, no, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I was
I love that he was the last out. Like that's just that just made it more, because if you're the Angels, who do you want up to bat in that situation? Mike Trout.
Oh, yeah. That's what we kept thinking. God, this is it. Like
I know, because I was like, before that, I was like, can Lee please get through this? Don't give Mike Trout a chance to be the savior. Like, please. please.
Well, his
And
first
when
two
we had to
pitches
face
were a
them, I
little
was like,
crazy.
oh,
Yeah.
great. Because that's who you want up to bat. Like, let's real. If you're the Angels, that's who you want to come up to bat in the 9th inning in a situation like that.
Yep.
So for him to strike out, I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then the Guardians came back to beat the Yuckies.
I saw that.
Yes.
As soon as our game was over, I switched over to watch that, and I was like, yes. And you know, Melissa knows me so well. This is me, the way I think, my superstitiousness and stuff like that. The Guardians have lost, I think 3 in a row. They would have lost today, would have been 4th in a row, or maybe this would have been a 3rd in a row, but they have been on a losing streak. And that's who we're playing tomorrow. And I was like, oh, they need to win today because then they're going to be due for a win. And I don't want them due for a win against my team. Like, it's hard to lose 4 or 5 in a row. You know what I mean? Like, we lost 4 in a row, but it's, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I need them to win today so that they're not like due for a win. Like, I need them to really, not just because they were playing the Yankees, but just because I was like, I hate when a team has been losing, and then they come to play us, because then I always feel like now they're due for I don't know. That's just how I think. So I was like, please beat the Yankees and please get a win. And then tomorrow you can go back on your losing streak.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. The Yankees have been on a tear lately, and that's, you know, I don't like to see that.
No. Yeah. And the Astros are picking up speed again. They've been losing, but the last 2 games they've been winning and scoring a lot. I think they had 8 runs today.
I don't put much stock into them not playing great now because they're the Astros.
Because of who they are. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. Yeah.
I was telling Melissa, it's weird that the Red Sox open a series on Marathon Day. Usually it's a wraparound. They play the team, like last year they played the Angels, but it's weird they start, but whatever. I mean, it's good for the Red Sox because Cleveland will be traveling, not that far, but still. They'll probably, so they can handle it, they're boys.
Yeah. I wish I was going tomorrow. I kind of wish I was going tomorrow, but then I'm kind of thinking about
Crawford's pitching tomorrow, right?
Yes, Crawford, and they have like somebody young starting for them. I think they just called him up, Cleveland. I think.
Good.
Yeah, he's making his first start.
Have we had any word of how long Pavetta's going to be out? He was on the 15th day, right?
I think he threw yesterday or something, just catch. So I think he's going to be all right.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, they said Romy's not as hurt now. He's not as bad.
And do we know what's wrong with Martin? Left shoulder. So, shoulder. But like, do we know how? Is that just a strain?
Who knows? I mean, it could be nothing. Like, you never know.
And Devers comes back tomorrow, so let's hope
he's supposed to.
Let's hope that's the right move.
Yeah. So I mean, they got a lot of young guys. As we know, they're young, but a lot of moving parts. I think they've done a pretty, considering everything, like they're heads above water. I mean, this could go the other way quickly. I think they've recovered. That was a good series they played, with the exception of game 1. But
that was not fun. I thought we were like the error Sox for a while, for a couple games. It was so bad.
And then the Orioles are a great team.
They
really are. They're a competitive team. And if you make errors against that team, they're going to capitalize. That's a team you can't afford to make errors. I'm not saying errors don't hurt you all the time, but if you make errors against the Oakland Athletics, you can still maybe, bounce back from that. You can maybe, accept that. But you make errors against an Orioles team, a team like that, they're going to capitalize. So we got to get that out of our system because those errors did hurt us, and you can't give a team like that extra outs. You just can't. Not a team that's as good as that, And they were still.
Well, that's the thing with the Orioles when we played them. Like a lot of people were acting like super surprised at how they dominated.
They're a very good team.
But they're very. I knew going in. I was like the Orioles. That's even before the season started. I was like the Orioles are going to be something
and they have
else.
Good pitchers and everything they do. So I mean, honestly, I was hoping at least take one. I didn't expect them,
always.
But but we got swept.
So they lost 2 of 3 to Milwaukee at home, but the big number since they drafted Adley, since Adley's been in the big leagues, they haven't been swept in 96 straight series.
Wow.
So they avoided a sweep today. So they have not been swept. That's a pretty, I saw it on Twitter, but they're going to be good for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and I was telling Melissa on the way to Fenway, like, you know, I do marvel at what they did. You know, I mean, they sucked for 4 or 5 years, but I don't know if I'd want to see that here. You know, and I don't know if, you know, would you want the Red Sox to have lost 100 games 5 years in a row to be good for 10? Like, you hope that works, you know, but I just, I mean, I don't love how they did it, but it worked. You know, I give them credit. You know, they were pretty, they completely tanked on purpose to you know, and it's open, like everyone knows what they did, which is fine. I mean, the Astros did it. I mean, anyone can do it. You can just, but it's not great for your fan base.
Boston would not like that. Boston,
they would do it. Bad business. No.
Riot. They would burn the city down. It would be, I mean, already people are like, don't go to the games, boycott. I'm like, that's my happy place. I'm sorry. Like,
oh, I know.
You know, like there's it's heaven on earth. Like, I'm still gonna go. I'm still a fan. It's not gonna make any real significant difference in John Henry's pocket if we don't go, unless every single person, every single game decided to never go, then maybe that would affect his pocketbook. It's not going to, just by boycotting a couple games. So maybe try to figure something else out to do besides just boycotting.
Yeah, I don't get fans. You can't call yourself a fan and just only like them when they win. That doesn't make any sense.
That's true. That's true. It's loyalty. It's
loyalty.
You know, it's being a Sox addict. Hey.
Yes.
But it'd be no fun if they won all the time. I mean, how fun would that be?
Yeah.
If they won I mean,
well, we get used to it. You get spoiled, just like all these young people who didn't go through what we went through, like before the curse was broken. You know, these people have seen, like, they know they've known a championship team, whereas we did not. So to us, we are like, okay, this feels familiar, you know, but it's
well, because I've been a fan all my life, and until the curse was broken, there was a time, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd never see one. You know what I mean? I mean, like at that time, I was like, oh my God, will I ever see a World Series win?
Yeah,
right.
And then they broke the curse, you know, and so like, you know, you have to understand, you're gonna have, it's a roller coaster, and it's gonna be ups, it's gonna be downs, you know.
Yep.
It's a game.
And the game changes. You know, baseball now is become younger, so like teams can rebuild quicker than they used to be able to. You know, I think that's why the spending doesn't always equal winning, because look at Baltimore. I mean, that's all guys they drafted, and they're so. And I think the Red Sox are trying to do that. Good. Yeah, they're going to be, and they're going to. You know, they got more. That's what's scary. I was telling Melissa, they got more players waiting. That's what's scarier. All the way down to AA. Their AA clubs loaded. So,
we talked about this with Willie about the injuries from, like, the pitchers are having, like, what is causing that. And you and I talked about it a little bit today. You said something was different with the balls, or them not being able to use any kind of substance at all that they're used to. Even the, you know, that could be with the injury, what is causing the injuries. Like,
so I mean, I've heard a lot of pitchers.
Sticky tack.
Yeah, you know, that's a back and forth. I mean, I saw that stuff. So like going back like 10 years ago, even in AA, in the bag with all the baseballs, they had the sunscreen Bullfrog. The guys were putting that on their arm, and the hitters didn't care because it helped them get a better grip. But Major League Baseball outlawed that. So they've said since, you know, they can't use stuff that's causing issues. And I was watching today, Jansen threw out about 4 baseballs. And then after the game, he said he's having a tough time with them. So I don't think they would, you know, they're all saying it's a problem. But Major League Baseball should not have issues with baseballs. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, and we talked about it, how, like, because I said, why can't they just make something that's like used, the whole league uses, that they keep, they can regulate them using it, like, then keep it, you know, for them to be able to use. And he said that they do that, like the Korean players have that, where it's like the same thing. So everybody's on an even kill. It's not like somebody's using it and they're cheating. It's the same type of stuff. That way it's, you know, but do that. But it's just, and also I think that contraption that young pitcher like, there was a video that was circulating of like this contraption he puts on his arm and he's just throwing, he's not even looking where he's throwing. He's just throwing hard and fast. And I feel like that kid, he's not going to last. Like he's going to need surgery.
Yeah. I feel like people are loving the fast pitching, you know, like, oh my God, he can hit 99. He can hit 100. Yeah. Where when I grew up, it wasn't about the speed. It was about the spin. And I'm not saying it's not about the spin anymore, but I just remember growing up, yes, you'd see a hard pitcher, but most of the time it was like, oh my God, the way that the spin on that ball, like the hitter could not, the batter could not pick up the spin. It fooled them. And sometimes they weren't even throwing that hard. Sometimes they were, but I'm saying 93, 94, but the spin. And now I think it's a lot of it is just they want that fastball, but it doesn't matter how hard you throw if you don't have control of it.
Yep.
And I've seen a lot of pitchers come in. They're like, oh, he hit 100, he hit 101, like from other teams too, like closers and things like that. But I'm like, if you just stood there, pretty much he's going to walk you. Because a lot of the times you're swinging at it because you're getting fooled. But at the most of the time, if you just stood there, you'd get walked because he's not throwing a strike. Like literally, they don't have control.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And if it's straight, those guys will hit it. But you're right. I mean, locating it. Alex Core made an interesting comment. He thinks these guys are they're working out too much in the offseason. They take a month off and they're back to those performance centers. And I mean, Sandy Koufax, who pitched in the 60s, said that pitchers should be built more wiry and less bulky. Like, that guy, you know, that submarine guy that threw in today, that guy Simber, he's lanky, but he throws from down under and he gets guys out. Like, you know, but there's way too many injuries already this year. Like,
for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
it's been one after another. So,
which just sucks for the game, you know, like Cleveland lost Shane Bieber, their ace. Atlanta lost Strider, their ace. Like, you don't want to, as a fan, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Astros, I know in the beginning had a lot of their pitchers. I mean, they're coming back, but a lot of their pitchers, starting pitchers, I think they had like 3 on the IL already, you know, Verlander, and I think, what was it, Valdez? But I know they have at least 3 already, and I'm like, you know, that.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I'm not a fan of theirs, but of course, if you go to the game, you want to see their best pitchers because that makes the game more fun.
Yeah.
That's definitely. You don't want to see a walk fest or, you know, you want to see, you know.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It was pretty fun, that game last year, that the 4th game.
Oh, that you all whipped their
17-1,
like 17-1.
Where Steve and I sat on the Crawford, the Crawford box in the 17-1.
But
Red Sox beat the Astros. That was pretty fun to me. It was interesting. It was hilarious, is what it was. It was. But
fun. Also, like we also talked about when we had Willie on here, is I remember as a kid, or just a few years back when I was, you know, younger. Pitchers went, you know, like your Pedro Martinez and the big unit and all these other pitchers, but they went like 7, 8 innings. And now it's like, my gosh, the starting pitchers, if you get 5 or 6 innings, it's good. And I'm back in my day, back when I was younger, like your starting pitchers went a lot longer. Your bullpen didn't really come into the 8th and the 9th, like, you know, 8th and the, you know, sometimes, yes, the 7th, but I mean, most of the time you went. And nowadays it seems like we're lucky if we get a starting pitcher to go 5 or 6 innings, you know, and that's crazy to me because back in the day, you know, you used to pitch a lot longer. But
and that's, you know, that's how they train them in the minors now. You know, they're on strict pitch counts or innings caps, so they don't really know. And you know, the Japanese theory is the opposite, as to throw more. They believe in throwing more in between starts. So who knows? But
I don't know. Yeah,
it's something.
I feel like if you always do that, then you're keeping your muscles like your everything going all the time. So it's going to be used to it. So there is something there, but you'd have to start.
And I think we have to find a happy medium, right?
Yeah. There's got to be some.
I mean, they're big on that, you know, batting average after the 100th pitch, which I'm not, because I don't know. I'd rather have Bayo out there than, you know, Isaiah Campbell after 100 pitches. So like, you know, I think there's gray to it, you know. Today he was well over 100 in the 6th inning, so that warranted him coming out.
Exactly.
You know, I didn't have a problem with that.
I didn't either.
But you're right.
If he would have only had like 75 or 78 pitches,
they might have yanked him still. Yeah.
They might have yanked him still, and I'd be like, no, just let him go.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. Yeah. A lot of the
don't go by innings saying, oh, I just hope he goes 6 innings. If by the 6th inning he's having a great game and he's only throwing 74 pitches, let him go 7th.
Yeah. Yeah, they're building it the opposite now, where the bullpens are stronger, and so.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
But I'm glad you all got to go to the game.
Yeah, we did. Our body, like, I guess just what happened is like I got out of the car and I was like, oh my God, my body hurts. Like, I think it's like sitting in the chair and being tensed up because you're waiting. And like, so it's like, man, baseball games take it out of me just sitting. Like, it's because
they take it out of me just watching it here from home.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm like, dance.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was.
Unless like the one that we need 17 or whatever, then I can relax. But when it's a close game like today,
exactly.
At the 9th inning, I'm like, you can't help but be tense. It's like, oh, man. Then of course when you win, you go, oh, that was a good game. Yeah, because we would have lost. I would have been so mad.
Exactly. Yeah, it was definitely fun. And a definite like surprise. Thank you for that, because I was literally like, I knew I needed to get out of the house today just because I was in the house all day yesterday. I was like, I need to do something, but I just thought maybe go for a walk or something. And then he's like, you want to go to the game? I'm like, I'm like, you want to get me out? You want to cure depression? Boom. There's how you do it right there.
That's how you do it.
That is the
Mike,
cure.
so do you work tomorrow, Patriot Day, or are you off? Because I know that
we're off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know it's a big thing in Boston. I tried to tell my boss I need to be off. It's Patriot Day, but she didn't fall for it. No. She's like, we're in Texas. I'm like,
yeah.
Yep. That's the perk. I think it's Boston and Maine are the only states off, but not New Hampshire and Rhode Island. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah, my office isn't closing, so I will go. I've had several people offer in my DMs cheap tickets, like to go, but I'm like, I can't go. Like, I just can't. I have to be at work, so. I might go early in the morning to watch part of the marathon and then go to work after that. Maybe. I don't know. That's too people-y. I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
I did people today. I was around people today. I don't know if I can do it. That sounds so horrible, but I think I'll just go to the gym or something instead.
And I'm really close to Hopkinton where it starts. So that's a couple towns over from here. So if I want to go anywhere tomorrow, I have to kind of figure out a magical way.
Yeah, you can't leave. Like, there's certain places you can't leave your house. You can't go because it's all blocked off. So
I grew up in the second town in the Merritt. We couldn't leave. Yeah, you just can't. So
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
I know it's an early game too. Well, for us, it's 10 here in Texas.
Yeah, it's 11.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And my husband, where he's working at, he's mountain time, so it's at 9 in the morning. So I said, the game's at 9 in the morning, and he's like, okay. So he'll be watching, but he can still, even when he's at work, he can watch it because where he works, it's not a big deal. Like, he can be at the game on. Where I can't just be watching the game. I mean, I've got lessons in class to do, but I will have it like on and just kind of peek. Like, just I'll go and check the score and then like go back to teaching in front of the room and stuff, and then I'll go back and check the score. But I can't just actually sit there and watch it. My husband, where he works, he can just sit there and actually watch the game. So because he just, that's his job. He can at least, he's pretty much his own boss. So it's like, lucky you.
Yeah. I know, fair. No fair.
I'm like, no fair. You can actually watch the game. I'm not fair at all.
I think it's cool that they play early. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, that's a good experience. Just this year, I didn't plan for it, and I took off for opening day. So maybe next year I'll plan for being there, but maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely a cool experience. I just love just driving into Boston, like, passing everything. It's just, to me, it's so beautiful. And right now everything's bloomed. So it's like the cherry blossoms and what were those yellow things called? I totally forgot already.
Forsythias.
Yeah. There's so all these beautiful flowers everywhere that we don't typically have in Texas or whatever. And and so it's just everything's blooming. It's looking like spring. And so
we went a different route today. So we got to see Harvard, BU,
so
MIT.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was definitely a different way to get to where we were parking. And so I literally like have to stop myself from just like crying or bawling because it's just that I'm here and I'm so close to everything. And it's like, doesn't feel like real life. It's like, it's this real life.
That's amazing. Happy for you.
Yeah. But
and then you drive a half hour and you're in like the small town,
Yeah.
back roads of Framingham that we drove through today.
Mm-hmm.
On the way. Yeah.
So it's not.
It's a great. I mean, Mass is so unique. It really is.
It is. It's beautiful.
It's a hard place to leave. Yeah, it really. I mean, I get why people love it here.
I do.
Well, I had I'd only pretty much seen. I mean, I've been to like Rhode Island and before, and I had only pretty much been to Boston and near the park. Not really anywhere further than that when I've come until September when I came and I saw Grafton for the first time where he lives, and I was like fell in love with that town. It's like the most quaint. It looks like a Hallmark movie. It
reminds me of Gilmore Girls.
Oh, it does look like Gilmore Girls.
What was the town in Gilmore Girls called?
Stars something or
Stars Hollow.
Yeah, Stars Hollow. Because Stephanie I didn't watch Gilmore Girls, but Stephanie, when I showed her pictures of Grafton, she was like, "Oh my God, that looks like the town from Gilmore Girls."
Oh wow!
When you put pictures one time, I was like, "Oh my God, it's like Stars
Hollow." Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. And then there's the Cape and the place from Jaws, Martha's Vineyard. Like there's other places.
Oh, I want to go to that. There's so many places I want to go, but
there's
when you have a big girl job, like a grown up job, you don't get to do those things, and I'm too tired on the weekends to do all those things. I had all these plans to go all these places.
Well, maybe I'll go up this summer and we can go to Martha's Vineyard together.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
It's very similar to the one you took me on. It's the same kind of deal. You can't. You have to take a ferry to get to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, okay. Like
we'll definitely have to do that this summer, Bessie.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
I'm pretty sure.
Mike, real quick, what are your thoughts on this series against the Guardians?
Good. They're a good hitting team, similar to Baltimore. I think that will be. They got a couple. I looked at their pitching quickly. This guy Bybee that's throwing Tuesday, he's really good. But they can hit. Jose Ramirez is one of my favorites.
I like him too.
Oh man,
I do like him. I mean, I won't like him this next few days, but yes, I do. Like today, he came up to bat when it was extra innings. And it was 7-5, and it was the bottom of the 10th, and he comes up to bat, and I'm like, "Come on, Ramirez, please do something for me," because I do like him. Like I said, I don't like him the next few days, but I do like him. Because their record is 10-5. They've only lost 5 games.
They're always good, and they do it with a lot of different players every year. They've got this guy Naylor is really good, Quan, Andres Jimenez, but it's I don't think a lot of people take them seriously, but they've always had a good farm system and they're good front office. It's consistent, which I do think this one has to. If there's any gripes I have with ownership, it's not keeping the GM seat consistent. You can't. I mean, it's over and done with, but you can't have 4 GMs in the span of whatever. You just can't.
It's a bad.
They know that.
And I've always, I mean, I know I've always been, of course, Red Sox fan. That's number one. But I've always liked, even when they were I know they're the Guardians, but when they were the Indians, and then especially when Tito went over there, like I've always liked them. Like it was always like when we weren't in it, if they were in it, I was like rooting for Tito. I know they're going to be tough. That's what I was thinking too. They are going to be tough. They've got some really good hitters and stuff. So I just wanted to get your take on that. Yeah.
But the pitching, the Red Sox pitching is really, I think, opened eyes, and like they believed in the staff and so far it's been fun. I mean, I think their pitching has been an A+ to me. Like,
well, compared to what we thought we were going to have, I think.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I never thought at all that it would be as good as it's been. I mean, before the season started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's legitimate. I mean, there was a lot of we didn't know how a lot of these guys were going to be, especially a lot of these new young bullpen arms. Like, how would they fare? How would Crawford, starting all the time? But yeah, I mean,
Sladen from the bullpen, he's doing
he was
good.
double A pitcher last year, and
and he really has impressed me. He has.
Yeah,
he's held his own. He really truly has.
Yep. Yeah, and yesterday Cooper.
Yeah, he was with us. Chris Wall,
Yep.
And I know Martin the other day was a little rocky, but most of the time Martin is pretty clutch. I do have faith in him. Yes, I mean, you're not going to be perfect all the time.
He's got that little injury. Yeah, that's
but pretty much when he comes out, I don't work. I mean, you know what I mean? I feel good about seeing him on the mound. I know, like I said the other day, it was, a little rocky and stuff like that. But, but I still like him. I mean, I still think he's.
For sure.
Yeah, he hadn't given up 3 earned runs since 2022. I mean.
The only one who makes me real nervous out of the bullpen, besides Jansen, because Jansen makes me nervous every time, and then he pulls through, and I'm like, yes, is Joel Lee.
Oh God, yeah.
But the last two times that he's come out, he's done okay. Yeah. He really truly has. I see him, and I'm like, oh, but he's gotten through it, And Coris pulled him out pretty quick. He hasn't left him in there too long, So he hasn't been as bad. I'll be honest. Joel Lee has. He's come in, gotten us 2 outs and stuff like that. He has. So. He's doing a little better, so.
And Bernardino, I thought his 2 outings, he looked a lot better than he did in Worcester. He was not. He looked awful in Worcester, but
he just wasn't happy. Yeah, he
was
not
happy.
Yeah.
He was not happy.
No, he was like, no. Why am I here with these guys?
Yeah.
But yes, I agree with you. He has done well.
But that can humble. That could work too. I mean,
he might have needed that, and that's why he's done well. Because he realized if I don't get my, if I don't do good, I'm going to be right back over there. So I better, sometimes you need a little humbling, a little life lesson.
Yeah, and the motivation give you a reason to try harder, definitely.
And I really like Weissert, which I told Melissa, because we saw a lot of him, and he pitched in for the Yankees AAA. So we saw 3 years in a row, and we all liked him, but the Yankees just didn't give him a chance, really.
Yeah, I like him. He reminds me so much of a
Schreiber.
Oh, huh?
Schreiber.
Yeah.
There's
something about him. He just reminds me a little bit of it. But it does well.
It's kind of how he moves his vibe, his raw, he's just love it. He's got good.
But I do like him too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got that weird, funky arm slot, and he throws 94. It's pretty good from that. That's where he throws, But I mean,
so far so good.
It's a weird.
Winkowski's come through from the bullpen. I know he wanted to be a starter, but honestly, I think he's taken his role as a bullpen pitcher well, because he has done good, and so I'm proud of him for that. Because I know he was upset. He wanted to be a starter. He still says he should be a starting pitcher, but he's come through when we need him from the bullpen, and he's doing his job there, and he's gotten us some significant outs. So I'm I'm happy with that. Because we're not gonna lie. Before the season started, I was like, "Oh, what's pitching gonna do for us?" Even remember before the season started, they said, "What's gonna be the thing that kills you this season?" I said, "Probably our pitching rotation."
Well,
and so far they haven't. So so far we're
not a lot of depth either. But they were, I don't think they can afford 2 or 3 injuries. I mean, most teams can't, but they cannot. They don't have. So
I'm trying to see if Liz is gonna hop on. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if she's gonna hop on. Let's see. She just texted, asked if we were finished. Let's see what she says.
I can hop off and
she's just leaving. No.
We can have 4.
Yeah.
The more the better.
She's just leaving, so maybe she won't be able to make it. Maybe she won't make it. Yeah. Oh well.
I need to know how the date went. I told her I already want a picture of this guy. I want to know what he looks like. I need deets.
We have to.
Mama over here needs to know all this information, so I can get Garcia on him doing a background check. No, I'm just kidding. Who is this guy dating my girl?
You should surprise him and have him on the podcast. And
that's hilarious.
He's got one thing already going in his favor in my book, because he's a Dolphins fan.
Oh,
yeah. Because she told me when she started dating him, he's a Dolphins fan. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, that's one check.
Yep. Yep. So when she comes to Houston for a game, she'll have to try on some of your Dolphin stuff.
Dolphins gear. Yeah.
You know you got plenty of it. Yep. You still got to give me that Cowboys jersey you have.
I still have that Cowboys jersey for you. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I don't think I'll be wearing it up here. I don't want to get like, you know. Yeah.
It would be more if you were Jets here.
Yeah. It's really not that bad. There are people that are Cowboys fans that don't hate it as much. I did wear my Cowboys hoodie out here, and they're like, "Why are you wearing that hoodie?" I'm like, "I'm from Texas. It's okay."
I was shocked when we went to Miami for Christmas. Of course, we went to see them play the Cowboys. There was quite a bit Cowboy fans there, a lot of Cowboy fans there.
Yeah.
But what I was shocked is that the day before the game that we went to, the Bills were playing, and I was shocked at how many Buffalo Bill fans there.
Yes,
we were bar hopping, and I'm like, "This is Miami. Like, you should not be here because that's like a rivalry for us, right? The Bills, because they're in our division." And I was like, "How the heck is there so many Buffalo Bill fans here?" And then I asked one of the ladies there, and she goes, "Oh, there's a lot." And I go, "Like locally?" She goes, "There's a lot." She goes, "You'd be shocked." And I'm like, It floored me. I did not expect to see that many Buffalo Bill fans. They outnumbered us in some of the bars. Like there was more Bill fans than Dolphins, and it freaked me out because I was like, "This is Miami. Like that's just crazy." Yeah. I understand where you're at because New York, and then it's so close to you. But I mean, we were in Florida, and I was like, "This was crazy for me."
That's crazy. Yeah. I've never been to that side of Florida, so.
Yeah,
that's the pretty side. Yeah,
it was fun. Miami Beach and everything was really fun.
Oh yeah,
that would be fun. I'm gonna have to hit up some beaches around here soon.
And I may or may not have gotten drunk. I don't know. I don't remember. Shocker.
Oh, what? No way. Oh my gosh. So I had this like last night. I was started drinking Jameson during the game, and really didn't think I was drinking that much until this morning when I looked beside my bed. There's a bag of pretzels. And there's an empty container of fluff. So I was eating like fluff with a spoon in my bed.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, Melissa.
Well, there wasn't that much left, but yeah, I did eat it all.
Sure.
And I was wondering why my stomach hurt so bad. In the morning, I woke up, I was like, "Oh, my stomach hurts." And I look beside the bed, I'm like, "Yeah, bad decisions were made.
It happens.
Yeah.
Christina, are you off for April vacation soon, or did you already have?
We already had our spring break. Yeah. Well, we had a spring break, and that was in March. Ours is the
So in Mass, it starts tomorrow.
Well, in Texas, you have winter break in February, right? Do you have a winter?
They do that here too, though. They have both.
We just have Christmas. You know, we get out from before the week, and then we go all the way to after New Year's, and then we have spring break in March. We have a week off, and then that's it. And then we're back until we finish. But school finishes for us May 24th.
Yeah,
I think we finish a lot earlier. Earlier than you all. I think you all go through June, right?
Yeah, I think.
It's probably because the summer here doesn't really start till like the warmness of it, doesn't start till later. Whereas
we start school a lot sooner because we get off May 24th and we start school back on August 6th or something like that, August 5th.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we didn't start school till right after Labor Day. Like Labor Day was your last holiday. That was your last summer holiday, your last thing. It was Labor Day weekend, and then school started. And now in Texas, we start back in August. It's earlier. Yeah. But I remember as a kid, like Labor Day weekend was your last hurrah, because then school started.
Yeah.
Now we start back in last year. We started school August 1st. That was hard for me because I never started back that early.
Oh my goodness!
So I was only off exactly 2 months, all June, all July, and then August 1st back. And it was like, we used to have 3 months summer. Now it's only 2.
Jeez.
Yeah, I miss those days. Huh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, like knowing that you could literally do nothing for like 3 months.
Oh my God.
You didn't have any responsibilities.
And it was like I said, Labor Day weekend was like your big thing, and everybody had a big barbecue or whatever. Like we did, like all our friends and just fun or get in the pool, and it was stuff because then school was going to start, and it's like not anymore. So
So Mike, tell everybody like where to like follow you on all of your different social media things that you do. Because you stream on Twitch, right? Sometimes you do that with the show.
It's called Behind the Mic on Twitch.
Okay.
My YouTube is Mike Antonellis Media. I probably should make them all the same, huh?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
But if you go to Twitter @the Radio Mike, I have a link tree. in my bio that has all my stuff.
Yeah. And you could always put the link because you have access to my YouTube. So like on your computer, you can always put them under there too, under this video.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
The thing. So
yep.
Yeah.
I'm putting a lot of my highlights from my Woo Sox games on there now. So
yeah. Yeah. So
yeah,
if you don't know, if you don't know, he is a broadcaster for the Woo Sox and was with the Portland Sea Dogs for a long time.
Yeah, 15
so how many years?
Yeah,
15 years.
there, but this is my 28th overall.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know somebody.
You old. No, you're an old man.
But I have to be the only, one of the only Massachusetts kids or people to have broadcasted for 2 New England minor league teams. Like, I don't think that's ever happened.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because the Sea Dogs have only had.
They're not from Massachusetts. Most of the people that are.
No, but I mean, no, the guys I work with are. But yeah, a lot of guys are not from the because you can't pick where you want to work.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Hard to, you've just been blessed to be able to.
Yeah.
You worked for something else, like as far as in baseball. Who else have you worked for? Who would you do before the Seahawks?
I started in Prince William. It was a Cardinals affiliate for 4 years. Then I was with Utica in 2001, and I did A-ball and AAA the same year. So one was on the road, and then I did 2 years in Kane County, which is in Illinois. That was a Marlins and Oakland affiliate. They switched affiliates. Then in Erie in 2004, that was the Tigers. And then that's when I went to Portland after that.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I was with Dontrell Willis one year, which was great because he's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. Yeah. Papelbon, of course. Papelbon was my first year in Portland.
I love Pap. I just love him. He's so blunt, so honest. I just love him. Like he don't sugarcoat shit. Like he just gonna tell it like it is, and I just love him.
Yep.
He cracks me up like on his Twitter and stuff. The things that he says. If you believe this, he just cracks me up. I just love him. I do.
I know.
He's crazy.
He did post those donuts from Fenway with the sprinkles on them.
They look so good, right?
And that 1 pound cookie. Like I'm not.
I was over here and I was like scrolling. I was like, "What the hell? I want this."
I know.
Now give me a cookie and send it to me.
Yeah, I know.
1 pound cookie in the mail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We should have looked for those, right?
I know. Guys, come on.
I want to see like where they are. Yeah. But you know me, like I don't like to have to go to the bathroom. I don't want to miss anything. Like,
I know. That's me and Melissa. We hold it. That's why, like, we're there.
I will hold it if I have to. Opening day, I had to go a few times, but today.
But
remember when we went to the Astro game though in Houston to see the Red Sox Astros, and I had to go, and I went so fast. The guy was like, "Dang, how'd you go that fast?" I'm like, "I'm already a pro." Like I ran, came back. And
I literally, we run up and down the steps. Like it's like crazy.
But we sat in we were close to everything today where we sat.
Oh yeah, the bathroom was right there, so it was so fast to get to it. And I guess we were sitting where y'all sat for the wedding. Like that's about where we were sitting. We were one section 134. I think y'all were close to there. The wedding for George's wedding. So I don't know.
Yeah, we weren't in the bottom. We were in the one right above it.
Like the loge seat. Yeah, the loge box, whatever. But that's where, and I think we were close to where y'all were because I remember coming and saying hi. So I think we were very.
I paid $40 for those seats this morning.
So
we got them. Of course, we bought them in advance, but it was only like 70 something, which still was. I know not as good as what you got, but what I'm saying,
bought was a ton of them though. There was a bunch of people with you when you went.
Oh yeah, we bought tons because it was the whole the whole
like
party pretty much.
That's great.
But they had a lot of people at the game. Like I thought.
Oh
with all the tickets available. Cool. I'm like thinking, but they
we were 133. We were section 133.
Oh wow.
Okay, so we're 134. Yeah, we're very close. So there were 37,000 people. Is that you looked it up?
30,000.
Oh, 30,000. Yeah.
But we took we were section 133 and we were row DD, and then we were that row, and then the wedding party behind us, and then so we took like 4 rows of that whole section. So it was funny. It was funny.
Wow.
Because me and my family, of course, we're all Red Sox fans, but all of my daughters, like her bridesmaids and stuff that were in her wedding party, they're not, they weren't Red Sox fans. But since her wedding was there, they're like, we want to experience the Fenway experience, and they had a blast. They're like, oh my God, no wonder you love coming here. And I'm like, heck yeah, it's like the best.
Yeah.
So
it was fun with Mike today. Like I was dancing around. I was like, okay, this is kind of like being with Christina. Like I could do. I mean, it's not the same. It's definitely
we
not
were
the
acting
same.
crazy, right?
Oh, we were. Yeah, he was dancing to some stuff.
But it's still not the same, Mike. I'm still one above. I'm sorry.
That is true.
I'm just teasing, Mike.
She brings it to some crazy level up here. I mean, she gets everyone else like going around us too.
Yeah.
Gasolina came on, and Mike's like, "I like this." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Oh girl, you know it. I mean, I get everybody going. I've got people behind us going. Remember that man with the Yankee? Like
yeah. And it's worth all the overpriced food. Like it's worth it.
Yes, I don't know why. People want to complain, and they're complaining about the beers, but the beers are actually cheaper than at Minute Maid. But I do think they are a little bigger.
Minute Maid is high.
Bigger there. But the beers are bigger there. Everything's bigger in Texas, they say. But.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. What is this? Oh my golly.
You miss me.
Yeah, I do. We've had some like late night conversations recently. Like we haven't talked on the phone in a while, and Christina and I've been talking a lot more. It's been super fun.
Yeah, it's been
because we're just silly. Yeah, it's fun.
Well, we can't wait to have you up here.
Well,
I know. I know. This summer for sure. I always go in the summer because I'm out of work, so I will be there this summer. I just haven't figured out when, but I'll be there.
Oh, and we have a designated driver or whatever, because Mike, he won't drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be our babysitter.
What are you trying to say? That I need a DD? What are you trying to say? That I drink a lot?
You can though.
No,
what you're talking about.
You drink enough. That's all. It's not a lot.
I drink high quality H2O. Remember?
Yeah.
Wait, what did I say? I was like, I drink water. It tastes good. I drink water. H2O in the hood. But I'm not a rapper. Yeah.
No.
I actually wasn't that drunk at that time. I don't know why you were so drunk. Well, okay, so Christina and I go out to this bar. Red picks us up. We're trying to find a place to just buy some wine. Everything's closed. So he's like, why do a bar could just drop y'all off at? So he drops us off at this bar. And like I'm drinking. And then I go to the restroom. I could have swore I had this much drink left when I went to the restroom. When I come back, it's like full. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'm that drunk. I don't remember how much I drank. So I'm like, drink it all. And then on the way back, I'm like, man, I am feeling it. Like, and we get back and I just hit the bed. Like we get to the room, I just pass out, go to sleep. The next morning, she's like, I poured my drink into your
I was so drunk I couldn't drink anymore and I didn't want to waste it. So when she went to the restroom, I poured all my drink in her drink and I was like, let her get it.
My drink, and I was like, okay.
And you drank it.
I drank it. I don't believe in alcohol abuse.
Nope.
No abusing alcohol. You don't pour it out. One time in New Orleans,
I just couldn't take no more. I was like, oh my God, I'm done. Like if I drink more, I can't, I'm done. So when she went to the restroom, I just poured it all in her glass and then I just pretended like, so she came back and she chugged it and I was like, okay.
So I was in New Orleans one time, my friend's 30th birthday party. And birthday party celebration, whatever. And so we, those long like grenade drinks, they're tall and they have drinks. So I just had like a shorter one, but I saw this person like walking around and they're like drunk and they're like spilling their drink. So I go put my cup under their drink as they're drunk. I don't know this person, but alcohol kills germs. So like it's going into my cup and I drink it.
Oh,
that
really?
was when I was young. That was my younger, crazier days. It's not something I'm proud of, but yet I'm still, I'll survive. But I'll survive. Like I'll make it in this world.
We had to get you a beer today. She was salivating.
Yeah. Every time the beer thing would come by, I would look at him and be like, He's like, "You want a beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want a beer."
Gotta have a beer.
Can't go to the ballpark without a beer. Christina doesn't like beer, so yeah, she's more of a seltzer or like wine, tequila. She likes tequila.
I'm a tequila girl, or I drink wine, or I'll drink like a high noon, but I'm not a beer person.
Yeah, I like beer. Like IPA.
I was just looking at it's too bad I have games this week because the Tuesday through Thursday, the seats are so cheap.
Oh, really?
Like there's seats like 3 rows behind home plate that are like $100.
That's not bad.
My gosh.
Like there's 2 seats, 3 rows that are like $100. Like you'll never find that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
I mean, now I want to go, but I couldn't go till Thursday anyway because I have to work.
I can't either.
You can't either.
No, and it's a day game.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a day game? Oh,
that would have been a good one to go to. Yeah, because I think they have to play. There's no rules like with like Cleveland's got to go back home, so they have to play 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
And the Red Sox, I think, they're in Pittsburgh, so there's new rules now for travel. They have to play day game. The players.
But I know the guy one time, not from SeatGeek, but one time, this is years ago, from Ace Ticket, he told me that the day games on a weekday, not a weekend, but like during the week, the day games are always going to be cheaper because so many people have to work, so they put the tickets a little bit lower. So he always says, like, if you can make it on a weekday at a day game, you can get some really good seats for some really good good price.
That pavilion
is the game was in the evening, it would be higher because everybody's out of work and stuff. So but the day games, to try to get people to go, because it's harder since everybody's working during the week. He told me the day games on a weekday are always a little bit less.
The pavilion, like above, like where?
Yeah,
like right above where we were.
That Aurora Pavilion, it's like $40 on Thursday.
Aurora, yeah. Jeez. I think that's where you have the comfy seats. And they
but I'm surprised where we sat how cheap those tickets were, because those are. I mean, I think those are good seats, right?
Okay, so here's what he did to me. He's like, I didn't get good tickets, so I'm sorry, just last minute. So I'm like, oh, it's fine. We'll just go up to the Monster. Like, we'll go and watch from up there.
Doesn't matter. We're at Fenway,
Yeah, so I'm like, if they're bad, then we'll just go on the Monster and watch from there. And then when he gets there and he like shows me on his phone, I'm like, oh my, he was tricking me. they were good seats.
Yeah, those are good seats.
Yeah, it was fun. Like it was, just right close to where y'all were for.
Well, I'm glad, and I'm glad they won, because if they would have lost Mike, I would have said, you're not allowed to go. You're bad luck.
I know.
Because when me and her go, they win, and when I send my girl by herself, we win. And you went with her on opening day, and we lost. So if we would have lost again today, I would have been like, Mike's got to stay.
Every game we went to at Fenway, last year, we won. Like
really?
Yeah,
and they didn't win many.
We swept the Yankees and we swept the Braves. We were there. So
nice.
Yeah, and the Braves are freaking.
I was about to say, if they lose today,
she did say that to me.
Sorry, Mike's got to go. He's got to.
I gotta go.
Sorry, Mike, you're okay still.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap this up. Anybody have anything else they want to say?
No, I'm just glad that we split that we took the series, the Angels.
Yeah.
Defense played a lot better. MASA finally got, a home run, which I'm not expecting him to do home runs, but I just know that that's good for his confidence. Because, with the way he's been kind of lacking, that he, it's kind of weighed on his mind, especially because he is such a competitive player. Most Japanese players are. I'm not saying that the other ones, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So definitely.
I'm glad he got that hit. Maybe that'll kind of make him, I'm glad, that Slayton did good. And I just, Hamilton, I'm so glad he got that play, because I think that's also a confidence booster.
Oh, for sure.
Make him feel a little bit better for the errors he's made earlier. And so it, to me, was a positive game. Even though it was a close game, it was a lot of positive stuff came out of it. And so tomorrow's Marathon Day, Patriot Day, I hope they can win. And I think everything's been, they just got to get back on that roll. But we're above 500 right now, which if I'm 100% honest, that's good. Yes, we could be a little bit better, our record, but come on, like we were not expecting that with the pitching rotation we had. So
yeah,
I'm happy. We're good.
Definitely.
Yep. Baseball's back. I mean, I love this time of year. So
I know my favorite season.
Yeah.
They always ask me, "What's your favorite season? Spring, summer, baseball?" I always say that. The kids at school too.
Twitter
We're learning about the seasons, and they go, "Which one's your favorite season, Miss Puentes?" I go, "Baseball."
Yeah.
They go, "No, spring, summer, fall, or winter?" And I go, "Baseball." And they just look at me like I'm crazy. Like our teacher doesn't know that baseball's not a season because they're little kids. And I'm like, it's a season.
Like, they're gonna go home and be like, "Oh, yeah." Their parents are gonna be like, "What are the seasons?"
Spring, summer, baseball.
Baseball. Yep, good time. It's just it's so just a wholesome time in this this world that we live in that's not great, and with all the stuff going on in the Middle East, all that stuff, just to be able to escape and have something wholesome is a big deal, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful game. It really is.
Beautiful day. I mean, it did kind of rain, but it was not too cold. I mean, the temperature was good. It was a little sprinkly, but it wasn't bad at all. So yeah, it was good. Mike wore City Connect jersey today.
I don't think I've ever worn a jersey in my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I was like, want to wear City Connect? I wear City Connect over my hoodie. I don't have it on now, but
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, because it's cold. So
yeah.
And I had holy pants because as I was walking out the door, I hit the thing, and so I just had a hole in my pants on the side of my pants. It was pretty small, but that's the style, right?
It happens.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, my bestie will not like what I'm wearing because I'm wearing my City Connect, but I got like this red and blue and gray.
Yeah.
She's all colors. She's
I'm like,
right now.
And like, I look at my shoes. I go get I had like these shoes on. I was like, she saw my outfit, she'd be so mad. I'd be like, Bestie, you did not match.
It would throw me off.
This is the shirt. I made a shirt yesterday, and she had to go fix it because I put a lowercase I on the shirt.
Because she put a lowercase I, and I am a school teacher, and I tell all my students, if you turn in a paper and it has a lowercase I, Miss Puente shreds it because I is always capitalized. And then I'm like, I can't wear this. I'm a school teacher. When I had to fix it, it's got to be a capital I.
I love it.
I knew that's how it'd be. So anyway,
she knew though. She did it on purpose. She knew it was gonna bug me.
Actually did. I mean, I didn't know she wasn't gonna actually. I should have to change it, but that's totally fine because I basically make these shirts for her anyway.
Now, will Christina come to Polo Park if she comes up, or?
Yes,
I will. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, let's do it. It'd be so fun. It's such a nice park. I love it. I mean, of course, the 2 days I went were freaking freezing, so it was a little bit miserable. So,
but don't get me wrong, I love my Red Sox. I love Fenway. I love Major League Baseball. Like I loved Wrigley Field. I loved, I've been to Anaheim Stadium. I've been to the Dodger Stadium. I've been, of course, to both Ranger Stadium, the old one, the new one, both Minute Maid and the Astrodome.
Yeah.
But minor league games, there's just something about a minor league game. They're just more fun. Maybe they're more because they're a little bit more relaxed. Because when I used to the Corpus Christi Hooks, which is the minor league for the Astros, go to those games. And then I forgot what the other one's called in Midland. It's one of the Rangers minor league teams. And my daughter lives in Midland, and we've gone to those minor league games. And it's just, they're fun. They're more, I wouldn't say kid friendly, but it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? There's just so much it's
more laid back. There's a lot of kids. Yeah. There are a lot of kids.
It's more, and so I like them. I love them. They're fun. They're just fun, laid back.
You're not far from the Sugarland one.
Yeah.
Sugarland. I'm not. Yeah, you're not far from that.
From the space, whatever they're called.
Space Cowboys, right?
Cowboys. Yeah, I hate that name. Sorry.
They used to be the Skeeters, I think.
And I still want to go see the Skeeters. You gotta say it right. I still want to go see the Savannah Bananas. It is in. I tell my husband all the time. I need to go see the Savannah Bananas.
They're going to be at Fenway this summer, I think.
I heard about that. I know.
Yeah.
But the only way to get tickets is you have to join a lottery, and then you get chosen to buy tickets. You can't just go buy tickets or something like that.
Oh look! Wait! We got somebody here.
Hey guys, I'm wearing my Sock Saturday shirt. Representing.
Awesome.
Oh, I missed y'all. Sorry, I was eating some steak.
That's okay. She was on a date. Later, I want details.
Yes, I'm gonna give you details later.
I want all the deets.
Yes, guys. And
Mike, I know Mike is fully ready to go, right? You can if you.
Yeah, we gotta wrap up.
No,
It's okay.
I
say real quick this.
No,
I could leave.
Everybody's getting ready to go.
No, you can stay or leave. I just feel like you probably are ready to go.
Me, I'm just a little tired. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured so. You can.
Why
I'm not
don't you let
off.
me go and you three?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You could, yeah. Get you. You could get.
Old man needs to get to bedtime.
I know.
Father time.
All right, you can talk and just. All right.
What do I do?
Well, thank you for joining us. I'll kick you out.
Okay. See ya.
And then you can just
Bye, Mike. I'm giving you the boot. Bye, Mike. So nice talking to you.
Oh yeah, you're here.
Yeah,
I know,
guys. Okay, I know you probably covered all of that, but
yeah,
I was getting ready to kill. My TV was about to be broken today during the last inning because I swear to God, this was me. I had my phone and I was like, all of you Jansen supporters, where the fuck? Oh,
and he came through, Liz. And let's be honest. Yeah, but let's be honest. Any other pitcher, which don't get me wrong, I was super nervous too. And I was like, but any other pitcher would have been in that situation facing Trout would not have kept his composure. The one thing with Jansen is he at least keeps his composure. He doesn't let it bother him. Like any other younger pitcher would have been in that predicament and would have really lost it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at least he can forget about those runners and just attack the next batter. So that was a good thing. But yes, I'm not going to lie. I was a nervous wreck and I was like, please don't.
It was.
And like,
it was very scary.
Like you said, we talked about it earlier and I was like, and then the Angels have Mike Trout. Like, that's who you want to come up. If you're the Angels in that situation, who do you want to come up to bat? Mike Trout. So like, but for him to be the last out and strike out swinging, I was like, okay, we're okay.
I mean, I did feel much better because it could have been worse. It could have been Joely in that place, and we would have
yes, exactly. So at least Jansen can at least still keep his composure and
exactly. I
mean, Kimbrough vibes. Let's be real. Kimbrough was a great closer, but how many times did Kimbrough load the bases for us?
Yeah.
And then my husband would always say, "Oh, he's just trying to keep it interesting." I'm like, "Well, this motherfucker needs to stop keeping it interesting and get the fucking out." And I don't need a heart attack every damn game.
And I know that about Jansen. Like he will start off walking off. He'll start walking people and getting more balls than outs. And then he actually kind of turns it around and strikes them out. But it's those first couple of throws.
Nerve-wracking.
Come on. I'm like, we cannot fucking blow. We're like we're only up by 1. I was like, my balls out. My date is like, are you ready? And I'm like this, bro, I'm not ready.
Bro, the game's still on. Like, dude. And if we fucking lose this game, I might not ever be ready. I might be like, fuck this shit.
Like this. My whole mood on this date depends on if they win. Because if they suck, you best believe our date is gonna suck, sir.
I know. If they would have lost, he would have been like, never mind.
Yeah.
No,
so how did it go? You got some steak?
Oh my God. I've never had Texas Roadhouse. Don't kill me. I've never.
No, it's good. It's good.
It's good.
And I went.
It's not a Texas company, actually. It's not. It's like from Indiana. I don't know why or something.
I know Willie Nelson owns it.
I don't know, but I had a 20-ounce ribeye, which I don't eat a lot of steak, but oh my God, it was so delicious. I was
Did you get the buns with the butter and cinnamon?
Yeah.
Oh God!
That's what you go to Roadhouse for is the freaking rolls and the butter.
I was like, what kind of butter is this? And he's like, oh, you were in for cinnamon. I was like, what?
Oh yes.
I was dying, and I was like, oh my God, I want some more of this butter.
Yes. And they have these things called rattlesnake bites, and they're like jalapeno and bacon and cheese and shrimp.
They're good too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that next time because I just got the big ribeye, which was huge, and then some veggies and some loaded mashed potato, and we're drinking. And we were watching some of the games that we're playing because I think the Dodgers are playing right now with the Padres, and I was like, "Fuck Ohtani!" I'm like, I hate him. I was like talking shit. So
I like Pap. Pap says, if you believe Ohtani had nothing to do with it, then you're stupid. And I believe Pap because I love Papelbon.
I'm so sick of it, you know, besides the Red Sox, like, have you guys seen all of the plays that Mookie Betts have made? It's making me sick to my stomach, and it makes me cry every time I see it.
He's so good.
He is good, though. I mean, he's athletic all the way around. It don't matter where you put him. Put him at short, put him at center, put him at right, put him at third. The dude is just
he adapts in every position, and he freaking kills it. And I'm like,
wait, do y'all know his initials?
Mookie Betts? What do you mean?
No,
his initials for his name.
Oh,
put it together. You know his name, Marcus Lynn Betts, MLB.
Yeah, but honestly, like there is players out there. Yeah, but there's players out there that are very, very good. But Mookie is not just baseball good. He is just an overall. He's bold. He's an overall athlete.
Crazy.
He's a great person.
He does this like he's just
got his personality. He's a good person.
You know, there's some people who are just overall athletic. Like he's just overall athletic. So it doesn't matter where you put him because he's just a true athletic person. You know, so he can play so many.
But he doesn't look like an athlete either. Like not like because he wears like baggy pants. Like he wears,
I know.
You know, like usually when O'Neal comes up, when O'Neal, I didn't know he's like 5'6" or 7. He's short. He's very tiny. I've seen him in person, but I never noticed how short he was. But like you see like O'Neal come up and it's like that is like
that's like Hulk.
It's like ridiculous.
Mookie Betts is just he's just an all-around athlete. I mean, that's just it. Like it doesn't matter what he plays. He's just and there's athletes like that. Like there's people like that that are just athletic no matter what they play or what they do.
Every time I see him making a catch or doing this, and I'm like, it just breaks my heart all over. Like
I know.
But it's all right. He's gone. We got to build a bridge, Liz. We got to build a bridge and get over it. It's done. Boom.
I'm like one of those toxic girlfriends. I'm like, I can't let go.
I know.
Let go. He left you for the Dodgers. Let him go. He don't want you no more. No, I'm just kidding.
He's just not that into you.
He's just not into you. Yes, exactly.
Not into you.
It wasn't you. It was him. No, I'm just kidding.
It was him. No, but overall, I'm happy that we won because, man, these past couple games have really stressed me out.
Yes.
Guys. I've been just like, I'm going to bed crying and stressing.
I would just stress, like, I could have been kind of like depressed, like missing my kids and stuff. So crying, like I broke a cup and I'm crying over it. Yeah. Like, I'm like, so today I woke up this morning. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be happy. There was no plan to go to the game. I woke up this morning, the sun was shining. I'm like, I'm going to go for a walk or something. I start scrolling social media or whatever. It wasn't even that did it. But then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay in bed all day. And so then Mike texts and he's like, we're just texting a little bit. And he said, you could come over and watch the game. And I was like, yeah, I might do that, whatever. And then he's like, or we could go to the game or whatever. I don't even remember exactly how it all went down. And I thought he was a joke because he's not a very spontaneous person. So I'm so proud of him. And let me tell you,
helps that he's off tomorrow too. You know what I mean? Because if he's like me, I don't like going anywhere on Sunday when I know I have to go to work the next day.
But let me tell you, I have found the cure to depression. It's going to
it's Fenway.
It's Fenway because now I'm like life is grand.
I don't think there's anything more happy than you just either, of course, if you're close to Fenway, just going to Fenway or just watching baseball, like even today,
or just watching the game and then they win. Because when I have a really bad day and then we play, if we win, that helps me. But if we lose, I'm like, really, guys, I needed a win today. Like my fucking day sucked ass.
Letting me down,
and then you're fucking letting me down. It's like. You're like supposed to be my therapist. So when I come to you, you're supposed to fucking win. Like what the hell did I
That is how I feel too. If you're having a happy day and you watch the Red Sox and they lose, now you're just more overwhelmed and now you're just sad. But today, as soon as we won, I played that Dirty Water in my car. I was like,
exactly.
My whole mood just changed.
Yes, it's crazy how much the Red Sox own me.
Yeah, I know.
They literally
crazy. I mean, we really are addicts. Like we don't just say we're Sox addicts. Like we really, it really is a drug to us. Like we go through withdrawals during off season. We're like watching Fever Pitch 100 times just to keep us in during the off season.
Highlights of all of the World Series, all of our favorite games.
our mood truly depends on if they win or lose. Like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's just.
It is
Did she freeze?
Yeah.
Did I?
No, did I freeze?
Oh, okay, somebody froze.
Oh.
I
Did I
know.
freeze? Did I? Oh,
Guys, I'm telling you, like, even today when I went out with, I had this on and I had my jersey on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I looked at it. And he was like, I know you told me you love the Red Sox, but now I know you love them a lot. I'm like,
yeah.
my husband, my children. I love my children and I love my husband, but they know I love the Red Sox before them. I've been in a relationship longer with the Red Sox than I mean, I love my kids and I do anything for them, but I'm sorry. Don't call me that you need something when the Sox are playing, okay? Call somebody else. No, just kidding.
I am telling you, every time he asks me, like, are you watching the game? I'm like, yes. He's like, I hope that they're winning. I'm like, you better pray that
you better pray. And for your sake, buddy, yes, you really do hope that they're winning.
I'm not some,
yeah.
Oh, that is so
cool.
That's
just how it is. That is it. Like that's in my previous relationships. I've had issues where people have had issue with my issue with the Red Sox, my addiction, and I'm like, hey, I warned you. It's like whenever on Fever Pitch when she's like, wow, you really like the Red Sox. He starts freaking out. He's like, I told you. I told you. I see that she's like, okay, don't jump over a bridge. It's okay. We can make this work. And
exactly.
Yes.
And I've always told everybody, like even my husband, I told him, I am exactly like the guy from Fever Pitch, except I would never sell my season tickets for you. Like he was going to do that for Drew Barrymore, and God bless him. I know he didn't, but I told him, but that part would have never happened. I would have been like, oh, you can't hang? Bye. Peace. See you later. Because I go, there was no way, like,
no, definitely. It's very, it is very important. Like now that I'm back dating, like it might sound corny to people, but it's very important that you understand that I'm watching the game between this time and this time. Like,
it's every night pretty much.
It has to be a sports bar so we can watch the game and don't expect me to talk to you as much because I'm going to be watching the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but he's a Braves fan, so he can understand. So
okay, well there you go. That's a good team to like.
Yeah,
so we can respect that.
Yeah. So he respects that. So I tell him, I'll leave you alone when football season starts coming. You don't even have to worry about me. I respect when the Dolphins are playing. That is cool. But he's like, no, you're gonna be watching them with me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, it might catch on. And Christina's got some gear you could borrow.
I know. I was telling you, Christina. I was like, my friend Christina wears like Dolphins. She's always hashtag fins up, and he's like, yes, let's go. I'm like, oh.
That's cute. That is
super excited. I love it. Like, okay. But yes, it's really important that you let people know right off the bat. Like baseball season, like
they should also sign a waiver, right?
I joked around the other day with my
contract and be like, okay, look, you date me, understand. You cannot come at me and be like, I was neglecting you. No, you knew that from the beginning that I'm a soft addict. I'm gonna watch the games. I'm gonna cry. You're gonna have to pick me up off the floor at times because I'm freaking dying because the Red Sox are sucking. So you need to sign a contract right now or hit the road, Jack.
It's true because my mood will depend on that. I'm telling you, I would have not been a happy camper today if Jansen would have freaking blown the game. Oh, it would have been fucking.
I know it would have been bad.
I don't think we need right now.
But thank goodness he came through. But that's the one good thing. Like I said, I agree with you. I was nervous, and me and my husband were texting between him. My husband was like, "Oh shit, he's making me nervous." I said, "I know." My husband was like, "Oh my god, this is like Kimbrel again." I said, "I know," and and we were texting. We're talking. But at least he keeps his composure. You know what I mean? At least there's that, because
he's got that.
It's like when Benintendi had that awesome catch in the playoffs against the Astros. Right before that, Kimbrel loads up the bases, and I'm like, fuck. And it's the bottom of the ninth, and of course we're playing there, so they get to walk it off. And Alex Bregman comes up to bat, and I'm like, oh my god. And then Benintendi makes that awesome catch, to save that game. And we were there. You were there too. I was there. Me and Mel didn't know each other at the same time, but we found out later we were both at the
I
game.
couldn't see the Benintendi catch because I was sitting on the cross.
Yeah, I was right there. I was right behind, like the section we always sit in, Melissa, where we normally sit now that we go. But I was in that same section. But he, you know how many times did Kimbrel do that? Like he made you nervous. And when we played the Dodgers in the World Series, Kimbrel made you a little bit nervous. And you're like, oh, please. And he got through, you know? So my husband's all like, oh my God, Jensen's giving me these vibes again. I said, I know. But at least he kept his composure and he pulls through it. But I'm not going to lie. I wish he would just come in and like do it and without getting me all stressed out, because those 1-run games like that, I can't have that. Like if we're up by 4, I'd be like, okay, it's okay, because they got to score 5. You know, we're up by 4, we're up by 5. But when we're up by just 1, I'm gonna need you to just like not give me a heart attack.
Well, when his first 2 pitches, the first one, he almost hits the guy, and we were like, did he do that on purpose? And then the next one was just so wild. We're like, nope,
he hit him.
Like, he just doesn't have his stuff. He just doesn't have it yet. And so I was like, is Cora going to go out and talk to him? Like the other, coach had come out and talk to their pitcher, and whatever he said to him worked because he started throwing like way better. So I thought if he's going to, but he didn't, because you don't really have to go out and talk. He started throwing harder, faster. Like
then when he got a little bit, then Bailey did come out and talk to him, but you
could Bailey did. Bailey did.
Got his composure and he got on. So
I am so happy for Bailey. I am so happy we have him. Like our pitching has been just, I mean, except Joely, I don't know. I don't think nobody can talk to this freaking man. Because
I think he did better.
He got better the last 2 games. His last 2 outings, I shouldn't say the last 2 games, but his last 2 outings, he's done better.
Yeah, and somebody posted some stats.
Well, because the last 2 outings, he got 2 outs, and then Cora pulled him, and then I want to say Sladen came in and got the 3rd out, and then again he got 2 outs, and then he did. So he Joely got a little bit better, but once he got the 2 outs, Cora put the hook and brought him in. He didn't leave him in there too long, so maybe it's just kind of building his confidence, seeing that okay, you got these 2, and then Sladen came in and got the 3rd one or whatever. But he did do better. It was a better Joely than the before.
Yeah, it was better, but
I'm just glad. I just hope that everybody finds their, I know it's been a lot since Trevor's story, and I can't cry about that enough. Like I can't. Like I had to get over real quick because it was making me really sad, and I just feel sad for him when he did that interview and he had tears in his eyes.
Gosh.
And people were like, "Oh well, fuck him," he sucks.
Oh God, that worst contract ever. Shut up. He was an elite shortstop. What are you talking about? And that was a freak thing. Like that would anybody that did that would have hurt themselves.
Exactly. And Devers, being hurt, and then who else just had surgery right now? One of our pitchers. He's gonna have surgery. One of our pitchers is out also.
Oh well, the one we signed, Gio, whatever.
Yeah,
it was somebody else. Another one. I can't remember, but it just showed right here, and I was just like terrible because I'm like, we are like losing players, like everybody's getting injured left and right, and I'm just like, oh my God, I want to throw up. This is the beginning. We're not even into
this. I'm with you though, Liz. I had to get over the story thing, but not. I'm with you, but not because don't get me wrong, it hurt me, but I felt for him because as fans, we're upset and we're sad. But can you imagine for him? This is his livelihood. This is what yes, it's his job, but it's also what he loves to do. Do you know how heartbreaking he had to feel? Like you said, the tears, because all he wanted to do was he trained so hard. It's all he wanted to do was to play. And, for us, when we can't see our players or we can't see a game, you know how sad that is. But for them, this is their actual life. This is their livelihood. And it's got to be so heartbreaking that he can't be out there. He wants to be out there. Like people have to understand they're humans. They've got feelings. Like shit, if I couldn't do what I love to do for, it's gonna hurt. So it's like, no. Yeah. He did not purpose. I mean, it's like, believe me, like you said, it was a freak thing. He did not mean to get hurt. It's not like he did it on purpose. And also, when I think it was Papelbon too, or maybe it was Middlebrooks. It might have been Middlebrooks. Like he said, when people said, "Oh, he gets injured like that because he goes all out."
Yes,
he leaves it all out on the field, and so he throws his body out there. He risks an injury. Any player who plays that hard has a risk of getting injured. But I'd rather have a player on my team that goes all out, is not scared to dive, whatever, do whatever they have to do, and risk that, than a player who was a little timid or scared and I'm not going to go because what if I hurt myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
He's getting hurt doing this insane leaping for this and then landing on his shoulder, whereas Chris Sale falls off a bike. It's a little different.
Yeah, it's
people trying to compare them to. No, I'm like, it's different. You cannot compare Trevor Story to Chris Sale. Like, you cannot do that.
Not even just our team, but like when you're watching a game, don't you ever sometimes watch a game and you see an outfielder, just not even the Red Sox, just a game, and you think, oh my God, they could have caught that if they dove, but they didn't dive because they're like a little afraid to hit the dirt or hit the thing. No, I'd rather have a player who will leave it all out on the field. Like when Duvall, like they risk it. And yes, there's a chance you're going to get hurt.
Like that last year too at times. Verdugo would scare me hitting that wall. Like last year, I would be like, Verdugo, you're going to kill yourself.
But think about it. If they don't make that play, if they don't, risk, go 100, if they don't go all out and they miss it, or they make an error, they miss the out, everybody's going to trash them for that, right? Like, oh, you should have gone all out. Then they go all out and they get hurt, and then you're going to trash them for that. So it's, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'd rather have a player who leaves it all out on the field, gives 110% every time, and gives it his all. And that is what Trevor Story did. And that's why he does get hurt, because he plays so hard. And that's going to happen.
Yeah, I had to get over that quickly, because I was like, it was just it brought everybody down, the whole team.
And then you're watching Mookie Betts. Why are you going to do all that torture to yourself? Yeah, that is what we do as Sox fans.
We're doing that.
I love this. This is me in the bed, like, oh my God. And I'm like, fuck. No, he didn't have surgery. Chris Martin, he's out just for like
shoulder pain.
Yes, and I don't know why
okay.
Surgery, but I was reading about that.
Well, because that's okay. When you have PTSD from all the shit that we deal with as Sox fans, you hear, shoulder strain, you think, shit, they're out.
That's it, fucking surgery. We're done.
End of the season, they gotta retire the freaking Dustin Pedroia. Like, it's like that's what we do. It's a PTSD we have, and that is why we are here. This is our therapy. Talking about this and and
like we said earlier, Liz, too,
Indians coming up, so tomorrow's series. So I'm just hoping that we keep this momentum going. O'Neal is such a badass. Like, I can't even. Are we making a shirt on him? Have we?
We're hoping to. Yeah, we're gonna do something. Mike said that we should, because he's so jacked. And when he jacked out, probably he should make one that says Jack City. Jack City. Isn't that great? Isn't that a good one? Red Jack City. Make a Jack. And it's got to have like a crazy just muscle man on there. Like a silhouette.
Jack City. I like
Jack
that.
City. Me too. Because he freaking just gets up there and it's like, whoa, okay, that's over the monster. Bye.
Oh, I love the little celebration dance that they have. I love the medal that
yes.
And like
it was done the river monster. It's the river monster.
The way they dance. Every time they hit a home run. Oh my God. I love it. I was missing the laundry cart celebration, but this dance is even better because
I love it. And the medal's gonna have to stay. And that's the
the medal has to stay. The medal has to be there forever.
And we do have a shirt coming, good vibes. Like, it's gonna be great. We got several shirts. We've got a Veritex shirt, a Trot Nixon shirt. What else? We got the Steel, the 2004. The Steel.
Got to start ordering some more shirts when we get off of this podcast.
So we're
gonna start.
We got lots of shirts coming, like because the 2004 thing just had us all in our fills. So
come on, you've got to celebrate. It's a 20-year anniversary. You've got to have something.
Just so you know, we tried to make some Manny shirts, but Manny obviously has like a thing where his stuff, all of his name is copyrighted, everything. Like, so we couldn't do
Manny being Manny. What can you expect?
Exactly. And that's what we did. Okay, let me just tell you what the shirt was, because it was so amazing. And this was my idea, was to have Manny, and then the Y be Manny in 2007, where he's standing there with his arm like this, to be the Y. So it'd be Manny, and then that, and the Manny there, the Y.
grade.
I know, but we couldn't do it because of copy.
We had to find a way. I'm just it's been 20 years, guys.
I know, amazing.
I mean, it could have been just a couple years ago. After this, I'm going to start watching Fever Pitch again so I can relive those moments.
Yes. And every time at the end when it has that song, just when you think it's not over. I mean, it's all over. It's not over. I cry like a baby. And she's running across the field. And he's like, hey. And then she's like,
I love it too.
Circling out of the park.
For 4 days in October, every time I watch that and I start talking about it, I get a big knot in my throat, and I'm like, it makes me want to just cry all over.
And then I owned at one point like 7 copies of Champions again. So that's a 2007. Because at HEB, which is a store in Texas, one day I go in there and there's some for sale. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking them all. Buying them all from the people from my
Texas people don't need these. No, I'm just kidding.
I know they don't need these. Like, and so anytime I go to the store and there's a Fever Pitch, I grab it too. Like I've owned like 10 Fever Pitches.
You can't help yourself.
I don't know why, and I give them away, but you know. Okay, so I just realized that there's a box missing. Has your popcorn helmet in it? Remember your popcorn helmet?
Yes.
I know it's probably around here, but also has all my baseball cards in it. So it's got to be here somewhere. Or I'm going to be freaking calling up the ex and being like, look, did you find a box with my baseball cards in it?
And Christina's popcorn helmet.
And Christina's popcorn helmet. If not, I will buy you a new popcorn helmet. But
no, I wouldn't leave yet. It's okay.
But I just was like thinking about that. I was like, where are my baseball cards? Like, because I have a couple of them here. My one's on the wall, wherever they are.
Yeah.
They're like, I have those, but like I have a box of baseball cards, and I thought I lost my hats when I first moved in.
This dog is going to make me very upset.
Why would
my dog keeps wanting to go in and out.
Oh,
like get out of here.
So like look at Christina, like Christina's blanket behind her. I see my face.
I
like,
see
right
that. She was fixing it to her face. I was like,
yes, my bestie's right here. So everybody knows I sleep with my bestie every night. Every night, me and my bestie sleep together. For all you people out there.
Oh no! When we first got those baseball fuck yeah shirts, Christina's and we're like, let's take pictures, and we're like this, and we're like, who knows with it? You know, with everybody on Twitter. Like, so they're like, oh.
I'm glad I got to hop in and
yes.
I've been in here for like an hour already in 30 minutes, but I was like, let me see if they're still in there.
Oh, I'm so glad you hopped on. I was like, yes, because we needed
the only other thing we talked about, Liz, was we were so excited. MASA finally got a home run. Hopefully it's company goes up. You know, we've got that. That's good. Hamilton had that amazing out. So hopefully
did good.
And at least we're above 500 because honestly, before the season started, knowing our pitching rotation, our pitching situation, we really expect to see us above 500 this early. So so we're doing okay. We're doing good.
I hope and pray.
Keep it going.
Yeah, keep being positive. And even though we have those bad days, you know, like it is what it is. I'll sleep on it, and then we're
love it. The Teddy celebration, Teddy said.
I don't know who it was. I don't know who it is who gets lazy about it. He does like. I'm like, okay, stop being like,
I like MASA. The MASA goes like this. I go, it's like wax on, wax off.
Somebody goes
so stiff. Christina said that the pants probably have something to do with them getting a hit.
Yes, because I know last year he wore his pants really high and people made fun of him. This year he wasn't wearing them as high and he's not doing as well. Leave my baby alone. Let him wear his pants up to his nipples and let my guy hit.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Let him. If he wants to wear them up here, let him.
Nipple pants. Nipple.
Yes.
Tight pants. That's what we need to do.
That is so happy. I can't.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so glad that you showed up because it's not the same without you. I promise. I was like, I have to balance.
I just have to balance this date and school and work.
Yes.
That's what I'm like. Okay, girl. No, you got to do you. You need to find your vitamin D. I mean, we all need it. I'm just saying.
Listen, guys. I don't want any kind of vitamin D, but I'm hoping I get some because this is the second day. He already texted me about going on the third date. So I'm like,
girl, gotta work for that. You never, summer's coming, you need a lot of vitamin D. Like, it happens.
I wanted you have a vitamin podcast.
Come in my face. That's what I want. Just come.
We are so bad. Okay, we're about to get X-rated here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. I said vitamin D coming in my face, like rays of
sunshine. You need that vitamin D. You need that. It's good for your skin. It's good for your complexion. It's good for your overall feeling. There is such a thing as vitamin D deficiency. I'm telling you. You got to make sure you get that. Vitamin D.
The sun, you need the vitamin D.
I do.
You need vitamin D. You need to eat your carrots, like all this stuff.
Carrots for your eyesight is very important.
Yes, girl.
Right? Hello. All of it is very important.
It is very, very important because when you're going to drink like your liver into an oblivion, you must have vitamins already like there to help your liver, like
we don't know what's going on in the next couple of days, so we got to just be prepared for
exactly. Exactly.
Yes. All right.
It's been wonderful with y'all. Like wonderful. I'm so glad you showed up. I'm so glad you had a good night tonight. I'm so glad we won.
Yay!
And it was awesome. So we will close this out. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Go to socksaddicts.com and go socks.
Yes, new shirts. Socksaddicts.com.
Yes. Go socks.
Go socks.
Yes. Go socks.